Hi everyone, welcome back. It's JP Michaels here at the Academy of Enlightenment for the Faithfully Fashionable, where they come to learn that without faith in yourself, you don't have a chance to heaven, and without style, you don't have a chance in hell. And this evening's guest is coming to us not from heaven, and certainly not from hell. He's coming to us all the way from the East Coast, and we're going to just send out an invitation to him now and go from there. MrDoo, 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 where are you? Good, and we send the invitation. There we are. Let's get comfortable. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Just waiting for MrDoo to arrive. And we're also waiting for some people to come back on. Anyway, if you missed my little spiel earlier, the 21st of February at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, through the sponsorship of the Marginalized Majority, I'll be giving a 1-hour workshop. Hi, Eric. Welcome. Can you hear me all right, Eric? Wave if you can hear me. We're a little late getting started. There was some technical difficulties. Not at this end. Just type the word yes, Eric, if you can hear me fine. I don't want to be too loud with this new system. Or wave. Or something. Anyway, we're just waiting for MrDoo to accept the invitation. I don't know. Anyway, let's see who else is coming on here. Okay, no, I don't know what's going on. Hi, Benzito, welcome. We're just waiting for MrDoo. I just spoke to him earlier. He was having some technical difficulties, so which is always the way, isn't it? If something's going to keep you behind, it's going to be the technical difficulties. So oh, thank you, Eric. I appreciate that. Everything's fine. MrDoo joined. There he is. There is that rascal. Going to send you an invite, MrDoo. There you go. Send request. Hey, get your pants on.
JP.
Hey,
What's going on,
get your, just hanging loose and trying to keep warm. What's it doing down there?
Well, we had a winter storm, and it was probably a good, I'm gonna say maybe 20 meters probably of snow.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
it rained, so it's all gone.
Oh, it's all gone. There you
It's
go.
all gone now. Yeah, so. Not
Hey,
too shabby.
but look who's on with us, Benzito.
Benji, shout out
Yeah.
Benji in the building.
Benzi in the building. Yes.
Yes. Hold on, I'm gonna get a light here, JP. Give me 2 seconds.
Hey, you know what? Take your time. Take your time. Can you? I'm testing out a new microphone, and
Okay. Is it Bluetooth?
it is. How's the sound for you?
It sounds perfect. I can hear you perfect.
Oh, good. Yeah, and good. And you're very clear as well. As I mentioned to you, now, do you have a little more light on your face? Because you seem to be a little in the dark.
The light here.
We got to see that face, buddy. Hey, there you are. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Hey, what'd you think of my promos for you? This is...
I love them. I love those little videos, man. Like,
it says it all.
So
it says I had the one this morning. I did that early this morning. I've been having trouble sleeping, and I mean, not trouble sleeping. I wake up at 4:30 every morning, and it's like, okay, let's start my day, and I'm tired, but
still being productive.
I'm still being productive. So I did that before. I don't know what time I did it this morning, but I thought, oh yeah, this is cheeky. I got to do this. Anyway, so So let's welcome everyone. This is JP Michaels from the Academy of Enlightenment, where the faithfully fashionable come to learn that without faith in yourself, you don't have a chance to heaven. And without style, you don't have a chance in hell.
Hell
The
no.
guy I'm talking to tonight has all kinds of style. Yes. Mr. Doo, Mr. Doo. You
What's
do
going
it
on,
all.
JP? Thanks for
Well, you
having me
know
back.
what? Listen. This is a first, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Doo is the third time return. He's setting a record for me, and that's not bad in a what I would say about a 12-month, almost a 12-month period. So
Yeah,
once every
yeah.
4 months, you're hopping on, and you're never at a loss for telling us what's going on, because you've got so much going on, it seems, it's like it's can you feel the momentum? Like I certainly
Oh,
can, just from what you're
there's
doing here.
definitely a momentum. There's definitely a momentum.
What is it? Is it people are just what?
I think
What?
I think I think it's more so people just kind of like, because everybody's at home. I feel that like
Yes.
everybody's listening to a lot more music. Um, I mean, we're smoking a lot more weed, so why wouldn't we? You know what I mean?
Oh, amen. Listen, look at what I'm down to at the moment. This is just just in case,
Just in
just in
case,
case,
yeah.
just in case.
So it's just, it's just I think more and more people are seeing what we're doing. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
I- Is this a
it's
gift?
good to
Is
see
this a
what
gift for you? Would you say
it
this is a
is.
gift? Yeah. It's a
Absolutely.
captive audience, you know?
Absolutely. And I love the fact that like just my music in itself, when it's playing, like people are actually listening to it, and they love, like, Lavish dropped today. I just want to drop that in there quickly.
No,
Today's
don't.
February 1st.
This is your
Lavish
platform. Yeah.
Lavish dropped today, everybody. Link is in my
Kudos.
bio. You guys go click on it. You go straight to there. Um, I have just came back not too long from New Brunswick. I actually literally just got back,
Yes.
and we just recorded probably about eight new singles. So
Now, is this through the new label that you recently
through the
signed with
label,
a
yeah.
label? I
So yeah,
remember.
Dice Music Entertainment, DME. We have like a collab EP coming, and then we have my album coming, and I'll be releasing EPs. I'm gonna say probably at least maybe an EP a month for the next 6 months.
Wow.
I have a ton of singles that we did just over this little couple of days here, and man, it's really nice to see, like, when the hard work starting to pay off. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes, I do. I know exactly what you mean. They always I always say, if you want to work hard, work for yourself.
that's it.
And it really is. And they talk about passion. I think there's a little craziness thrown in that with that passion. Crazy passionate. I don't know,
Yeah.
but it's true. It's music does soothe the savage beast, but it also creates another beast. It can, it's, and I don't know about you, but I know when I'm writing, I say to a particular friend that I have that I confide in. I keep saying I'm so tired,
Hmm.
and he keeps saying writing is a lot of work. It's that
Yeah.
brain power it's that creative flow, and I don't. How do you? What's your process do you have a process that you stick to, or is it like is it a ritual that you have, or is it just whatever comes?
I think, to be honest with you, it probably depends on the type of song, or depends on the type of project that I'm working on. For the most part, when it comes to the process itself, I try to. Um, Sometimes I don't even, like, I can just hear a melody,
Right.
and then like that melody will speak to me, and then all of a sudden I'm just writing, or all of a sudden in my head I'm freestyling, and I'm like, all right, okay, I gotta write this down.
Right.
But then there's also other times where, I'll sit in the booth, I've got my pen and pad, virtual, of course, and you know, sit there and see if I can either create something like a hook,
Right.
or like, so it really depends on the track itself and what I'm going for.
Do you consider yourself more of the with I'm going to say the lyricist, the lyrics, or do you consider yourself a composer? Like, you know, those are the terms I'm using. But I mean, as far as the beats are concerned, because you had once explained to me something about being able to purchase beats so that you could, that kind of thing. But in your reference frame of reference, are you more than one than another, or you consider yourself both, or how would
I would
you,
probably, I'm
or do
more
they
of
even think that way?
the writer and the lyricist. I can make beats and I can compose beats, but like that's just
But
not where
that's,
my passion
yeah,
lies. Yeah.
okay, yes, exactly. Yeah, I'm finding my voice in writing that way. I seem to have a way with words, and certainly never at a loss for words. So, you know, but yeah, and I always is there any kind of sense of letdown once you've finished it? Because that process of creativity is over in a sense, and you have to let it go into the world, so to speak?
Honestly, that's actually a good question. And to be honest with you, I think there is, because like there's songs that like I've recorded and they're, you know, they will be released soon, but they've been sitting for such a long time. And like it's kind of like I play them so that I can hear them myself because they're just not out yet. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
like
yes.
yeah, so I just kind of like listen to it and just like go over to make sure, because I have to listen to it honestly like um I don't know, maybe at least 50 times, maybe, let's say at least 50
Yeah.
before I
Uh,
can say whether or not I'm gonna like, all right, this is gonna go out into the world.
yeah.
And it's just,
And
it sucks to be a perfectionist sometimes.
well, I'm not. Well, yes, yes, it does. You know that, and having perfect pitch. Let me tell you, that's more of a curse than a blessing to have perfect pitch. You're never. No one can sing next to you. No, or no one can tune a guitar next to you. But
Yeah.
what I was going to say is that. That sense of letting go, or the reason I asked that question is because I always found the rehearsal period for an opera that I was performing much more exciting than the actual performance.
Itself, yeah.
Now, fortunately, opera doesn't, opera productions don't last more than a couple of weeks, unless you're doing something in terms of a festival. But
Mhm.
so you don't really get tired of that. But I've done some long shows too. I opened Phantom of the Opera in Toronto, and
Yeah.
2 years at the same show. How do you keep it fresh? And it's the audience. So how how do you keep it fresh for an audience that you don't really connect with physically anymore so much? Because how does that connection still stay fresh? Does
That's another good question. I think it stays fresh because I try my best to stay relevant and
hmm,
stay within the stay within the pocket of what people can relate to. Like um, sitting at home alone sometimes is boring. Me don't want to be here sitting in quarantine, right? Like so it depends, but definitely yeah. I would I mean, when I get a little bit sad that I'm like, oh man, that song's done. But then in my head, I'm like, man, I can just do another one. You know what
Oh, no, that's interesting. I was listening. The one thing that I find is I'm taking advantage of a lot of workshops or even talks like this that people will jump on, and I have certain people, and the one chap that I was listening to the other day, he was saying how his life has changed from he's a designer, and he usually does big projects. He says, but people now are not paying him even what he was paid, let's say 15 years ago in his career, to design a restaurant,
yeah.
because of the nature of the way the internet and design and style and and what I'm getting at is, how do you stay relevant with your music when so much of the music can be produced at home by others, who can like, how can you reach out? What makes your music different than something somebody else can make? And is that
I
a fair
think
question?
that is a good question, and I think, I mean, I would have to answer that from feedback I've gotten, which would be like my voice being very unique.
Okay.
Um, I
Identifiable.
yeah. So I think when people hear the rap, but like also the fact that like stuff that like Lavish, for example, was a song that I sang on,
Right.
and so now throwing that aspect in there, everybody's like, whoa. Everybody's like, okay, I thought he just rapped, you know.
Okay.
So you
Yeah.
just have to. I got a couple tricks up the sleeve, but you just gotta
Yeah.
stay. You
Do
just
you
gotta
have any
like.
tricks there to play for us? Do you have anything you could play
I
for
do.
us?
I
Oh,
do.
great. Let's get this started.
All right, give me
Yeah,
2 seconds.
take your time.
This will be
Um, I came to your art form through the words, and it's all, and I guess because I'm a writer, and I have to say the beats got in my way for the longest time, and I don't know why. I mean, because
mm,
now but I think it's a matter of really listening to the poetry. That's what it is, and I mean, you have to be a
the
words.
wordplay, yeah,
Yeah,
and stuff like
it's
that.
the word play, it's the manipulation, it's almost like a sculpture, you're taking things, and I don't know, you're storytelling. It's storytelling. I love the
Yeah,
way
and
you
I
tell
think
your
and I think
stories.
I think that's the other part of it too, is that like when I'm writing music, I'm also like telling you an aspect or telling you about something that's probably either happened to me or like something I've experienced or something that's gonna happen. You know what I
Right.
mean? And then like before, I was just talking about when worried about when I can get a deal and stuff like that. So like I'm a huge believer in law of attraction, and like
Amen.
simple like this, just that simple fact that I said that onto the universe, and then I like a year later, you know what I mean? Now
Yeah.
now I'm actually signed to a label, and like I also like not only got signed, but I went to being like 49% like shareholder. So I'm also like now
Right.
CEO. So now I'm also a boss. So
Right.
this is going to be a whole new aspect of being able to even
Yeah.
scout other artists to myself, because there's a lot of people I see out there, and they're not getting either the recognition or just getting the opportunity. You know,
Well, or they're working hard, but they're not working smart. You
or
know,
they're just working exactly. They're just
no,
working hard and
I
not.
mean, we have to be
Yeah,
careful. We can't put everything on. I think we all have to take responsibility for our own careers.
for sure.
We really do. I mean, because we are hopefully the designers of those careers.
Yes.
Um, but one quick question: how does it feel to listen to a song from an emotional point of view that you wrote at a time now that has gone by, and can you relate to it yourself? I mean, you hopefully other people who are currently going through those emotions will relate to it. But is it a strange kind of sense of you've moved on, but the song hasn't because you wrote it at a time when you were, you know, whatever?
Believe it or not, there are songs that have been written probably, I'm gonna say, anywhere from maybe even 5 to 10 years ago. But
Yes.
like things that are going on in the world now, it's basically it's basically made them relevant again.
Okay. So it's almost like a prophetic, a prophecy in
It's
a
almost,
sense.
yeah, and it's crazy that you said that, because when I was first starting rapping, um, that's what I was going through names on what I should call myself, and the prophetic was one of them, or I think it was the prophet. I think the prophet was one of them. So to hear that, it's like
But you know
crazy.
something, Mr. Do, if you really think about it, that's not a far stretch because the words are coming from somewhere. I mean, maybe your experiences are initiating them, but the
Mm,
words are coming from somewhere, and that's the creative gods, if you will. As I keep saying, the gods might be crazy, but they are still listening.
they
But
are.
but it's that like you said, you throw it out to the universe. So I don't think it's any big stretch of the imagination that the universe would respond to you by letting you in on a few secrets that are coming up, 10 years from now,
Fair
so to
enough.
speak, that you're sensitive to what's going on. And really what you're doing is you're reading body language of the world. You're reading the world's body language.
Yeah.
The events of these past year, aside from COVID, in and of itself, but the events have really were pretty predictable in many ways, and certainly the way the world has responded from a, you know, it was unpredictable that the world would be able to respond so quickly with a vaccine, for instance. But
Yeah.
let's too heavy. Let's get to some of your shit. Let's go.
All right.
enough of the COVID stuff.
All right.
But
Let me know. Let me know if you can hear it.
I will. Yes.
This just dropped all platforms. Shout out to everybody in the live. Send it out if you can. Send to a friend, to a friend, to a friend.
A little louder.
Up or down?
Up. Hi, this is Bish.
I'm tired of dying and leaving us alone. Flowing fresher than a room filling with potpourri.
And you said you just dropped this today. Just today?
Not in so my dreams. Wanting on my fiends. Left a picture of my dick and she said that I was mean. Man, you should have seen, but that bitch some Louis jeans. Woke up in the morning and you know the crib was clean. Yeah, I'm real sick. Gave her real dick, cause she real thick. Which is the reason why she make a nigga sandwiches real quick. Now when she's done, she get it real stiff. Pull up my hip top with a clean stick. That Marco whip shit. She said she only like rolling with a savage. Said she wanna live the life you know it's lavish. She said, baby, you can do it. You can
Yeah, I agree, Tizzle.
Then I said, baby, spin around, let me stack it.
Yeah.
Said she only like rolling with a savage. Said she wanna live the life you know it's lavish. She said, baby, you can do it, you can have it. Told her, baby, spin around and let me stack it.
I ain't trying to get at you. The girlfriend stated that you're actually kind of pitiful. She got to sing a hammer too. Must be the reason she been get rid of you. She even says critical. Think you a Minotaur boy, you cynical. Pull up in the rental car, Minotaur minutes. You say you fiddle in your middle too. Nothing that you can't excuse. Better yet, do to me. Not new to me. She said, dude, you can fuck me as long as you can all your jewelry. That's okay, because I'm in the Tom Ford and not Tom Foolery.
She said, baby, you can do it, you can have it. I said, baby, spin up and let me stack it. Said she only like flowing with a savage. Said she wanna live the life you know it's lavish. She said, baby, you can.
Who's that, Tizzle?
Yeah.
Shout
Yeah.
out Tizzle. Shout out
Hey,
Megan.
Tizzle. Yeah, Tizzle. I said Tizzle. Yeah, he's got the He was mentioning you earlier.
Yep. So that one just
Well
dropped.
done. Thank you. And like the other side of it is that it's not enough that you're writing those words, but it's also that you're remembering those words. What's it's like a Peter Piper picked a pick a pepper kind of thing. It's that real. It's that pattern. It's the pattern.
It's the patterns of and I mean, I think it's essentially because like I created the pattern to match with the beat itself. Essentially, once I've remembered my pattern, then essentially I'm good to go either way.
I know that's that. I mean, I'm wondering if there's ever a study of old rap artists who, and their memories, if their memories are quick because of that training that they gave their brain all those years. I mean,
Definitely.
I'm talking about people as old as me now. It's just. Yeah, because that's the kind of thing that I think would the keep your brain sharp, because you don't use it, you lose it, and exactly.
The brain. It's just like if you go to the gym and you work out. If you don't exercise your biceps, then the muscle's not gonna tear and stretch, and it's not gonna get stronger.
That's right.
So if you're not exercising your brain when it comes to lyrics or whatever it may be, then
right.
It's the same thing. You're not exercising your brain, so it's not pumping up what you need it to.
The only difference there is, Mr.Doo, I find mental fatigue is much harder to restore yourself from than physical. Yeah, rejuvenate. The mental fatigue is really can be, and then of course when you've got if we're not going down that road, we're going to change this up a little bit. If I'm not mistaken, you're a Capricorn.
I am.
Yes, you had a birthday not too long ago, the 17th. Yeah.
Yes, on the 17th. Yes.
Well, here it says here. I'm gonna let this old man get his glasses on. So I want you to. Okay. This is yes or no.
Okay.
You know what you want. Yes or no.
Yes.
And how to get it.
Yes.
You are totally focused on your purpose.
Yes.
And either awe others with your conscientiousness and commitment,
Yes.
or leave them questioning your obsessive behavior. Well, there you go.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely obsessive behavior. Definitely, like I mean, I can't even count.
Well, that's the crazy. That's the crazy I just said. You know, you got to be a little crazy here.
You gotta
Being
be.
natural. This might reveal something more of you than being naturally sure-footed. Gives you the courage to tread on uneven ground. Do you
That's
feel
powerful.
grounded?
I believe that. I believe that. Yeah.
You can't come up with the words you come up with if you're not grounded, man. Like you can't. Like I don't mean that not necessarily just of you, but of anyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
There has to be a sense of knowing. You know, rapper, know thyself. You know, physician, heal thyself. You have to know yourself.
Yeah.
I can see all of this. And even grabbing the where others fall by the wayside. You shine in your determination to succeed.
I would say so. I've been told that. Yeah.
Okay, so now these are things that you like: privacy,
Yeah.
power,
Yeah.
pewter,
What was that one?
pewter. Actually, I have a piece. It's a metal. If you don't know what it is, you probably don't like it.
No.
It's a poor man's silver. That's how I describe it. It's not, but I mean, pewter is a metal unto itself. But
Fair enough.
leather-bound books. That's interesting.
Wait, sorry. What was that one?
Leather-bound books.
Leather-bound books. No.
No, not really. Okay.
No.
Unique antique jewelry?
Do I make antique jewelry?
No, that's something you like, antique jewelry.
Yes, I do like antique jewelry.
Okay, these are things you don't like. Chaos,
No, I don't.
surprises.
I like surprises.
Explosions. Jesus.
What kind of explosions? Like
I don't know. Hey, yeah, that's open for interpretation, buddy. You go. Listen. Write a song about it. We'll talk about it. Hey, what do I know? Jeepers. Oh, here's the last one, and it's sort of connected. Loud bangs. You pig. Hey. We might be miles away, but I can read you like a book, like a leather-bound book. I can read you.
the leather-bound.
Okay.
Yeah,
So here now. Okay, so not that we're continuing any theme here. These are your oral stimulants.
Okay.
Wheat beer.
No.
No, I didn't think so. Coriander.
Coriander. What's coriander? Good. It's used to cook, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a spice.
Yeah. My mom cooks it.
Caviar.
Caviar. I've eaten caviar. Yeah, I like caviar.
There's salted nuts. I know. Cheese and biscuits. Hey, I don't write them. I don't write these questions.
and we're gonna clear this up, guys. Anybody's watching? He's talking about planters. All right.
Yes, we're talking about things that you like to eat that stimulate
peanuts.
Planters peanuts. Yes, of course. Oh, of course. Well, it's sort of savory and salty flavors. Okay. No, okay. We're not going down that road. Anyway. So listen, as I mentioned earlier, I'm just going to pull up a question or two here that I've not given you because I know that you can handle this. What would you say was the hardest moment in the last 12 months since I've known you? For you?
Ooh. Hardest moment.
Yeah.
That is a good question. The hardest moment. I would say maybe there's more than one, but like yeah, probably the hardest one was like being my son is up where you guys are in Toronto. When he comes down for the summer, when he goes back, that kind of kills me. I
Right.
don't really get to see him.
Right. And we've spoken of your son in other previous conversations.
Yeah, definitely. And
Okay.
also my daughter's up there too, so that's another thing. Like, and then I mean, my family's like they're more understanding, like as to be like, oh, he's moved to another province, blah blah blah. But like,
Yes.
you know, my son, he was here with me when we moved out here, and
Right.
based on the fact it was only me, you know, the support system was back home. You know, he had grandma, he had auntie, cousins.
Yes.
You know, so he chose to go back. Which I mean, now he's 16, he's free to do what he likes. You know, he's free to make decisions.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
I still cherish whenever he comes, so that doesn't really matter.
So who are the people that helped you through that in those moments? The people that you were missing and are having to say goodbye to? Who are the people that may have helped you in that?
Probably my family here in Scotia, the Jennixes. They have definitely taken me in as one of their own.
Okay.
I would say probably one of my best friends, Tolerance. My producer, he's also I was kind of like veering a little bit, and then he just kind of like came through and was like, hey, no, we're gonna do this, you know what I mean? So it's good.
That's sometimes all we need to hear, isn't it? That's sometimes we just need somebody to make a decision for us, you know, in the sense of, you know, giving us that kind of pointed direction.
Yeah.
So you alluded to the fact that, you know, it's nice to be able to reap the benefits and of your hard work and that you put in, and you know, the smile on your face says it all when you. But what kept you going? Like, what is it that keeps people going?
The end game, the bigger picture, like being able to not wake up and physically go to a place like a job, because like JOB stands for just over broke. You know what I mean? Like, you know.
Yeah. That's good, man. That's good.
I'm tired of being just over broke. You know, like.
Yeah.
So
you know,
like, I said to myself that I just can't sit anymore, and I have to make a change. If we don't do something and make moves, then who's going to move for us?
Right. And so what would that key lesson be then for you? What would you say is the biggest lesson you've learned so far in that?
No matter what anyone tells you, you can do what you set out to accomplish.
And that's just sending out those vibes to the universe.
That's right. Those positive vibes. I'm a positive.
It really is, you know, and gratitude. I find gratitude at the root of a lot of things that I'm involving myself in. I'm very grateful for so many things.
Me as well.
Oh yeah, and you know, you want to share it with people, but it has to be shared in a very particular way, because it can never. You know, I'm always afraid. Oops, sorry. I'm always afraid that my good fortune, my blessings, come across as you know. I don't know. Sort of, I've got, you know, look at me. I, you know, everything.
Like the holier than thou attitude. Yeah, okay, I know what you mean.
Yeah, it wasn't so much that, but yes, that's sort of the way it would read, I guess. And being genuine and offering that genuineness to people is really a hard balance to keep, you know, within yourself.
Definitely.
But then I find that the more genuine you are, and that is doing what you love to do, you know, whatever is going to make you happy is going to make your son happy, it's going to make your daughter happy. You know, it's going to make anyone who's near you happy,
and the people around
because they are happy for you, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, and you know, I always say I'm giving a plug to myself. I'm giving a workshop on the 21st of this month, and it's all
Okay.
about reinventing yourself in 60 minutes. And the whole point is that if you're, I know it's often said, but if you really aren't good to yourself, you cannot be good to anyone else because A, you probably nobody's wanting to be around you because you're not
Those are
being good to
facts.
yourself, you
Hmm.
know? And, you know, it's like a smile. Smiles are contagious, you know,
Very.
smiles are like, are when you smile, I smile. And that's what I call paying it forward, you know? It's,
Absolutely. You can hear
that's what it
smiles over
is.
the phone. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you can, you know, and it was interesting. They did a study not too long ago, where they were concerned that students weren't going to be able to read teachers' facial expressions under a mask in a
Hmm.
classroom. And yet they said that's not the case
No.
because the eyes, you know, some visual cue has to be there, but it was the eyes that were the, you know, the eyes are the windows to the
To the
soul,
soul. That's right.
despite the fact that all this part was covered up. And so that was a big concern. Anyway, they didn't say anything about choking on the mask, though. You know, but
Yeah.
hey, listen, I've got this new earpiece. My ears are not built for this little bud thing.
Yeah. That little. Yeah.
Do you know if there's anything you can get aside from Gorilla Glue to keep it in? Can you imagine?
No. Yeah. That'd be terrible. Don't do that. The one that you have is what? Is the wire?
Yeah, it's a wire. Well, no, because this is a Bluetooth speaker, and then the wire is attached to it, so that I can hear I can hear you.
So like, I mean, they have wireless ones like that would just sit there. That mean like the wire wouldn't keep continuously move on you. I mean, that's
Yeah, I just got this.
yeah. Look, hey,
Hey,
it's doing what you need it to do.
yeah, it is. It is. You sound great. You sound great. Do you have something to play us out with?
Yes, I do. I'm gonna let me see here. I don't know. I think I'm seeing my manager should still be there. Shout out everybody in the live.
Yeah,
Uh,
official.
I think. Oh yeah, I think he's here. I'm gonna ask him? What can we preview? Because I just like just
Sure.
with everything in plan,
Take your
plans
time.
up. So I just want to see if he's gonna respond and see what we can. Maybe the next release. I could probably maybe play a little bit of the next release. But
Well,
I
you
just
know,
have to do.
success becomes you. You know that. You look great. You really
I,
do.
I appreciate that, JP. You look great as well, man. Every time we talk, it's always fun, man. You already know that.
Yeah, we do have a good time. We'll have to meet someday. You'd think
Absolutely.
we've known each other for.
As soon as we can get in like
No,
a
I know,
face-to-face
I know.
situation. Absolutely.
Isn't that the one? That's what I like about this. Like, you know, yeah, that's what I like about this. It's
Is that you
this
can
when I
meet
say
anywhere, connect anywhere.
yeah, and you know, it's you know when you know I do big gestures because I'm an opera singer, but so I have to try and gesture a little
Contain it,
less.
yeah, yeah. And the little square on the screen. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But I think you get the message. But it is the medium is the message, as Marshall McLuhan said, and again, your art form just really speaks to me. I guess I'm glad I discovered it at this age, at this time in my life, and
Yeah.
obviously I'm ready for it. And
Right on.
and I think part of it is because I'd like to think I'm attracting authenticity as much as I'm trying to, give forth authenticity.
Absolutely.
So
It's what you put out, right? You definitely like it comes
yeah,
back. So
exactly.
if you're putting out positive vibes, then the positive vibes are coming straight back. If you put on
So
negative
let's,
vibes, then the
yep,
negative vibes will
exactly. So give us some
come back.
positive
So he said,
vibes.
lavish. Okay, yeah. Okay, see? All right. See, and look, that's how you know we're on the same page. So
Okay.
my verse is not done for this. Like my verse is done, but I'm not gonna rap it. I'll let you guys hear the intro and then the hook and then
Sure. Whatever you want. Listen, this is your show.
Maybe I'll preview it. Maybe I will. Maybe we'll see. Just let me know if you can hear it.
I will. A little up for a little more. Yeah, good.
Riddles, like my nigga Rams. Get into this money like there's ants in my pants. Yeah, I'm the man's in my hands. I'm trying to make a plan to get these bands in my hands. What? Riddle like my nigga Rams. Get into this money like there's ants in my pants. What? I'm the man in my hands. Trying to make a plan to get these hands in my hands. What?
Girl, who with the hoop in and hollering, going on the waterfront with my nigga Tolerant. Said she never did, she wasn't not a chick. Then she was on all fours, said she wanna swallow it. Yeah, I been around the block, I hit a lot of chicks, hit a lot of thotties that I spit on weed and bottles with. That's all I got for you.
Hey, man. Thank you.
No
Ladies and
problem.
gentlemen, that was MrDoo and The Plan. And this is JP Michaels from the Academy of Enlightenment saying thank you. Please be safe, stay warm, stay well, and stay tuned.
Shout out
MrDoo,
to everybody in the live. Thanks everybody for joining.
thanks everyone.
Go click on the link in
Namaste.
the bio right now. Go listen
Yes.
to Let's get that run up.
You
I
bet.
love y'all.
Good night, sir.
Like my nigga Rams. Get into this